All documents were inside, except for the passport. Ah, the passport was in my purse, she thought. She was just about to slam the lid back down when she glanced at the photo album that rested underneath the brown envelope. For one, it had been taken out of the protective plastic, and two, the cover photo of she and Persephone was no longer there. Of all the things to take, why that picture? Jasmine wondered as she quickly flipped through the other pages and saw that all the other pictures, which had been carefully arranged on each page, were undisturbed. Jasmine was about to get up and go report her discovery when the phone rang, making her jump a little from the sudden, unexpected sound in the stillness of the room. Jasmine was one of those people who used her answering machine to screen calls. Ever since the sensation of her hit record and all that crazy publicity, she had no choice when at home. When the machine didn't automatically pick up after the second ring, Jasmine knew it wasn't on and rushed over to pick up the phone. It was someone for Detective Mueller. Detective Mueller, the phone is for you, Jasmine said when returning to the living room. Danke, Detective Mueller said and waddled to Jasmine's bedroom. Sadine, I found out what they took, Jasmine said, excited to a troubled looking Sadine. That means found, Sadine asked. I see what they took, Jasmine said, quickly, not wanting to get into an impromptu English lesson at this particular moment. When I was looking for my passport, I saw that someone had been in my brass case, and they removed, uh, take a picture of me and the sister from me, Persephone, Persephone, from my photos. Jasmine looked up into Sadim's face, hoping she wouldn't have to explain it again because he didn't understand everything. What if Wolfgang and Renata send some men over to America to do something bad to my family? It was because of me the record company break the contract by them, and now they are being sued by people for fraud. Detective Mueller was coming out of Jasmine's room and caught most of that what Jasmine was saying, it seemed. You don't say this fast, you think. When I first come by you, Detective Mueller turned to Jasmine with his thick, bushy eyebrows raised in surprise. No one had forced their way into my apartment then, and stolen a picture of me and my sister then either, Jasmine blurted out defensively. Sadim reached for her and took her by her shoulders, intending to give her a hug, but Jasmine shook him off and ran back to her bedroom as if she'd forgotten something. She raced over to the telephone and her answering machine and noticed the red light was out. Jasmine had anticipated the tape being full with messages by now, since she'd been away for a while. That's why she distinctively remembered switching the machine on before she left for London. Someone, the creep who was in her home, had turned it off. She cut the machine on to see if any new messages were on there by quickly rewinding the tape. The first message was from Jericho, telling Jasmine he'd just viewed her piece on TV on the ARD network and how great it was that she'd mentioned So Cool in the upcoming single Never Alone. Talk to you when you get back from London, Jazz. Peace. The second message was a callback from a news reporter from Stern magazine who wanted to get a telephone interview. Two hangups. Jasmine hated when people did that. If you ain't gonna leave a message, you can hang the damn phone up long before you have to hear the beep. Shit. Then, hey girl, this is your big sister Almighty. I'm returning your message, girl. We must be playing answering machine tag, 'cause you know it costs too much money to be paying to have to talk to a machine. Jasmine immediately recognized Persephone's voice and listened on, smiling. Listen, whensoever you ready to have me, let me know. Whether you pay for the ticket or me, I'm ready to fly out as of yesterday. So get back with me and let me know when it's good for you, girl, cause that's that was when the message clicked off. Someone switched the machine off like that, mid sentence, because the machine started playing an old rambling message from Twyla from 2 weeks ago. Huh. Terror struck Jasmine as she hurried into the living room again, where the detective and Sadim had been talking quietly in Deutsch. Detective, we've got a problem. I'm afraid maybe my sister might be in danger, Jasmine said, grabbing the detective by the sleeve of his trench coat and turning him toward her at the same time, signaling the two to follow her. She played back the messages for the men and explained first how she remembered leaving the answering machine on, and that when she saw the machine had been switched off, these were the messages that were left on tape. When it got to the message from Persephone, Jasmine threw her theory to the two men. Someone broke in here and spoke with Persephone on the phone and needed to know what she looked like for a reason. Jasmine pleaded to them about the potential danger of the situation. "You have spoken fit your sister?" Detective Mueller questioned with raised eyebrows. Jasmine looked from him to Sadim with fear in her eyes. "No, but the last time I did speak with her, I promised to send for her," Jasmine nearly whispered. Jasmine picked up the phone and quickly pressed in the digits, then had to hang up after not pressing in the international exchange. She realized she didn't know Persephone's new number by heart and didn't want to waste precious seconds by getting her phone book out of her purse and just dialed the telephone number for downstairs. That number had been the same for as long as they'd lived in their house. 001 International Exchange 313 prefix 342 2855. Her mother couldn't believe in her mother her mother didn't believe in answering machines. If I hadn't if I ain't home, let 'em call me back when I'm there, was her mother's analogy. The phone rang 6 times. Persephone had already deducted that it would be around 4:30 in the afternoon there, since it was 10:30 at night in Germany. And on a Friday, come on, answer the phone. On the eighth ring, right after the detective suggested she try back later, someone picked up the phone there. "Hello? Mom? Hello?" Mom said out of breath. "Hey, Ma," Jasmine said, trying to sound cool and calm, but sounding more like she'd heard her mother's voice after 20 years of solitary confinement. "Hey, that you, baby girl?" her mother said, sounding the same way Jasmine had just come off. "Oh, wait a minute now. Let me catch my breath." Jasmine could hear her mother breathing heavy and making the sound of someone sitting down when she let out a grunt and then a sigh of relief. "You all right, woman? Sounds like I caught you in the middle of an aerobics exercise or something," Jasmine teased. "No, ain't no aerobics. Me and your daddy had just pulled up when you called. We just got back from the airport. She on her way. Course now y'all ain't give her much time to get packed up good, and your assistant called and told her the wrong damn airline to show her passport to, but she on her way though, and flying first class. Have mercy," Mom exclaimed through laughter.